Slick roads lead to a two-car crash in Glendale, leaving 2 people dead. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Sonia Shrivastava.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us. Well, 2 people are dead and 2 others are in the hospital after an early morning accident in Glendale. Here's what the cars look like after the incident. Police say both vehicles were driving on Lanham Severn Road and crashed when the red Honda attempted to turn onto a side street. Both passengers in the Honda have died. The drivers remain in the hospital. Police are looking into whether the slick roads contributed to the crash.
Well, it's too early on in the investigation to determine if weather is a factor. I mean, clearly there's been some snow, the roads are wet, but it's just too early to say if that was 100% a contributing factor to this collision.
Officer Hubbard says no determination has been made yet on if anyone will face charges in the accident. Well, it is hard to believe that it's actually spring outside. The white stuff started falling last night across the region. A second round of snow led to a slow commute this morning, but overall, the roads fared well.
We're actually right now focusing on the primary roadways, the collector roadways, those roadways that lead from one intersection to another intersection, and then as soon as those have all been treated, then they'll move into residential areas as needed, but not all the residential areas have snow sticking to the roadways.
A slushy mix is expected all afternoon, but forecasters are predicting it will snow once again after 5 p.m. with a total accumulation of 1 to 2 inches.
Well, Prince George's schools had a 2-hour delay this morning, and even though some of the major roadways were in good condition, some of the sidewalks, as you can see, remained slushy and dangerous in some spots. As the fluffy white stuff came down, it was pretty to watch, but these youngsters had to brave the elements to walk to school. Some parents we spoke to say they were happy schools were open, others not so much.
Well, I'm just saying, like March 6th, the federal government was closed, Prince George's school, DC everything was closed, and we didn't get a lot of snow.
I'm glad he's kind of going to school. He needs to be in school. He needs to be in school instead of being home.
Yeah.
Plus, they out all next week anyway.
Are you happy to see the snow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And are you happy to be going to school, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
The kids that got to walk, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Because they got to walk, they might fall, something might happen. Because all these sidewalks not that great.
Now, there is some good news. Spring break starts this Thursday, and just a reminder, all evening activities have been canceled for tonight. Well, a toddler falls from her 4th-floor building in Aspen Hill just after 9 this morning. The 3-year-old girl fell from her apartment window in the 3800 block of Belpre Road. She was transported to Holy Cross Hospital for initial treatment and then to Children's Hospital, where she remains in serious but stable condition. 2 adult family members were home at the time. Montgomery County Police are now investigating how the child fell.
The Maryland House passes a health care reform measure today. The bill, which implements federal reforms in the state, passed 94 to 42 with little debate. The legislation creates a dedicated funding stream for the Maryland Health Benefit Exchange. The new insurance market will offer residents a choice of private health care plans. The funding will come from an existing 2% tax on insurance plans that are regulated by the state. Medicaid eligibility will also increase to 133% of the federal poverty line. It's currently 124%. A similar bill is pending in the Senate.